I wanted to set Josh up.
Okay.
I wasn't really.
This is right after
This is-
smoking meth the latest time?
Probably during.
During, okay.
And I think I asked him, wait a minute. And he said he wanted to confront him. And I was like, you can. I mean, you're both my friends. It's kind of like, I was kind of caught in the middle. And he's like, all right, well, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm like, okay. So we finished smoking, and I was pretty high. I was thinking, like, I don't want to do this anymore. And
Do this, like...
smoke meth.
So
I told him...
At this point, it's like the 4th time you've smoked meth that day.
Yeah, I told him I felt like it was kind of getting out of hand. And I know drug addicts, and kind of scared me to think that that could be me one day. And so I told him I didn't want to do this anymore. And he agreed. And so we broke the pipe. I think there's a little bit of meth left that we just threw away. And then we went back to the party.
Okay. And on a scale of 1 to 10, just to, your own internal scale, how high are you at this point?
That was the highest I've ever been.
Okay. Had you ever done meth that much in one day?
No.
Okay. All right. And then you go back, do you know what about time that was?
I would guess 3, because I know we left at 4, and it wasn't long after we got back, then we're told to leave.
Okay. So it didn't seem too long before you were told to leave. So then you're told to leave. And you guys can just sort of file out, and everybody's like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah. We came back, and I sat down next to Josh, and I think he made a remark about, like, he could tell that I was high.
Josh Snapp?
Yeah, and I was kind of like, oh, crap. So I smoked some weed, drank a little bit. John, I don't know where John was. I think he went out back. And
Out back of the Menifee house?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
It wasn't with you at this point, John?
No.
Out somewhere else? Okay.
And well, he went through the house.
Okay.
Maybe 20 minutes goes by after I smoke. And what's his name? Somebody who was outside with John.
Okay.
I don't remember his name. Came in and talked to Hayden. And then Hayden's like, all right, well, I'm getting pretty tired. I'm going to go to bed. So
One of Hayden's friends, so you recognize a person as Hayden's friend.
Yeah, he was there when we got there.
Okay.
I can't remember his name.
All right.
So he came and talked to Hayden, and Hayden said he was pretty tired. He's going to go to bed, so everybody needs to go. And so everybody went outside. And Claire asked if I could give her a ride. I said, sure. And then, what's his name? Austin and Josiah? I don't remember this, but apparently they asked me for a ride, and I gave them a ride, but I don't remember that at all.
Okay, so you have learned through sitting here that those two individuals say you gave them a ride home.
Yeah.
Is that, am I getting that right?
Yeah.
And you don't remember that?
No.
Okay. All right, so what do you remember?
I remember sitting in my car with John in the front of my car, and Claire wasn't there. I remember her asking.
What?
Claire wasn't there.
Was not there.
And I remember her asking if I could give her a ride home.
Okay.
And so John used my phone to call her, and she said she was at Roberto, which is like across the street. So we drove around the block, and we see Gerald Hyde running out of the bushes, and Claire and Josh standing out in the park, and they come walking back up to us, and I'm talking to Beetle, and asking if he needs a ride home. He says he'll be fine.
You asked Beetle if he needs a ride home, or somebody else did?
I asked Beetle.
Okay.
And they come back. I'm still talking to Beetle. What are you doing in the bushes? And it sounded like I overheard John asking Josh if he wanted to smoke meth. And then I thought maybe I was just hearing things because I know we didn't have any meth left.
Okay.
And I didn't say anything. And then Claire was saying she was pretty tired and she wanted to go home. So me, John, Claire, and Josh get in the car.
Okay.
John's in the front. So I drive her to her house, but she lives, I don't know, I guess they're apartments.
Okay.
But I dropped her off in like the front entrance because she kind of lives like it's a roundabout way and.
So, you and Claire, giving Claire rides, is this sort of a normal thing that's part of your friendship, or?
We just hung out, and it was a pretty far walk.
Okay, and she came to the party with you?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so you take her home, go ahead, describe how you do that, where you pull in, whatever.
In the front entrance, there's like a roundabout, and I just dropped her off there so I can turn around and leave. Wouldn't have to go through everything.
Okay, just easier to go through the roundabout.
Yeah.
Okay. You're driving, John Young's in the front, Josh and Claire in the back, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Was there any conversation going on, or what?
I don't remember any conversation. I think it was pretty quiet.
Okay. And you're still, this isn't very long now, right? After the last time you smoked meth? An hour or something?
Objection, he's leading the witness.
Okay. Can you remind me about what time?
We left about 4,
Okay.
and I think I said that we were probably there for an hour, so it was probably around 3 when we smoked.
Okay. And do you remember how you were feeling? Are you still feeling high at that point, or
Yeah.
what?
I'm still feeling high.
Claire gets out of the car, what happens next?
I drive off, turn around, and go out the exit or the entrance.
Okay, so you leave there. And then, do you guys talk about what you're going to do next, or what?
Josh asked where we want to smoke. I
Okay.
was like, I don't care. And then he wanted to go, I don't know what it's called. There's by Beaver, I don't know if it's Beaver Park or Beaver Bark,
Okay.
but there's like,
Is it a place, like a business, or like?
it's a business. They sell like just all sorts of stuff for like property.
Okay.
And there's like this like little overpass thing, just one like single road,
Okay.
and then it splits. One goes to like this rock place, and the other way goes to this trail that you can walk from Richland to Kennewick or Pasco, and he wanted to go there.
So like a walking trail?
Well, just there's a parking lot.
Okay.
He wanted to go there, but it closes, and I had experiences being there, and cops would show up, so I didn't want to go there. And John said he knew of a place, and so he just sort of was giving me directions from the front of Claire's house.
Okay. And Claire's house is in Richland?
Yeah.
Okay. And then so John says he knows a place and he's giving you directions. Do you remember the directions, or you just followed them?
I think we went along the bypass, or no, we went on the bypass, but we went through Richland first, and I think we went up, not Van Giesen, Williams? I think it's Williams. And you can turn off from Williams onto the bypass, and that's the way we went. And we're driving a couple miles. I'm kind of starting to think, where are we going? And I don't remember where we turned off, but we turned off somewhere, and it kind of clicked that we were going to where he'd taken me before when me, him, and Eddie went shooting.
Okay, so all of a sudden you're recognizing you didn't really know by name.
And he's leading the witness.
I'm clarifying.
No, he's leading the witness.
I think at this point we'll
Yeah.
go ahead and take our break for the noon hour. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if you would go ahead and close your notebook.
How did you three get out to this area in the desert?
After we left Claire's house, and Josh recommended that place I talked about earlier, I thought that was a bad idea. And so John said he knew of a place, and he gave me directions out to where we went.
Okay. And did you guys then drive out there?
I drove, yeah.
Was there any conversation in the car during that time?
It was pretty quiet.
Okay. You get out there, and what happens next? You guys park or what?
Yeah, we pull in, and John says to turn around or flip the car around. So I do that and probably sit in the car a couple minutes.
Okay. Then what?
It's kind of like a awkward silence, and John says, tells me to pop the trunk.
Okay.
Kind of ask him why. I just look at him. He's like, just go pop the trunk. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I get out, and Josh gets out. He's in the back behind John,
Okay.
and he follows me to the trunk. I pop the trunk. I'm looking around, looking in my shoe boxes and stuff, and I don't see any reason why I would have popped the trunk. I see John get around and come around the front of the car and step it behind me, and I go to close it, and I hear 2 shots go off.
Okay. And what was your reaction to that?
Kind of scared me. 'Cause it was right behind me, and Josh was standing right here. He's got his hands up, and John's pointing the gun at him, and he calls him a effing snitch,
Okay.
and I believe Josh said something like, "I don't know what you're talking about," and he's kind of talking really fast, kind of freaking out.
Okay. What's everybody's demeanor? Mellow, excited?
I'm kind of freaked out.
Okay.
Josh seems pretty nervous, and John just seems irritated or angry.
Okay. Is he being loud, excitable?
He's being loud.
Okay. All right. Go ahead then. Continue on with what's going on with what you're saying and doing.
Josh is kind of like, I don't know what you're talking about, and he's like, I don't want to.
Just go ahead. Tell your story. If
He says, "You fucking got me kicked out of school," and he says, "I don't know what you're talking about," and I'm like, "John, can you calm down?" And it was pretty windy, and so John says to he's like, "Well, why don't we walk over here?" It was I think they're called a burn or something like that, and so I'm walking over where he pointed. I think Josh is behind me,
okay.
and I don't know where John is, and
So you're walking in this direction. How? Explain to us how far this place is from where you are that you're going to walk to.
maybe, I don't know, 100, 200 feet, I don't know.
Okay. So you're walking that direction. Then what?
John says, like, "We're right here is good," and I'm just kind of standing there. He walks up, and Josh sits down.
Okay.
I kind of like crouch down,
Okay.
and John's remaining standing, and he just keeps kind of yelling at Josh,
Okay.
and he keeps like, "I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do that," and he gets kind of irritated and walks off and just starts shooting off in the middle of nowhere, and So I started talking to Josh, just
What are you talking to Josh about?
how he's been, and he said he was trying to work on getting his GED and stuff, and how he wanted to turn everything around.
Okay. And were you airing any beefs with him?
Yeah, I kind of asked him what John was talking about.
Okay.
He said he doesn't know, and I heard about him stealing from people, so I was kind of like asking him about that.
Okay. How long do you think you guys are sitting there talking?
The whole time, or just up to that point?
Up to that point for now.
Maybe 20 minutes.
Okay. Does John return at some point?
Yeah.
Okay.
He went out to my car and came back.
Okay. You went to your car and came back. Then what? What'd you guys do then?
Me and Josh were still talking about how I kind of agreed with him how he wasn't happy with what I was doing, and
You weren't happy with what you were doing?
like with just everything I was doing in my life at that time,
Okay.
and I wanted to quit all that crap, and both pretty much agreed on that. And then John came back and he was talking about how I asked him like how he was doing, like what was going on with him, and he just said he's in a point in his life where he doesn't know what he's doing.
Who was saying that?
John.
Okay.
He's kind of lost, and just talking about stuff like that for a while.
And then what happens?
It starts to cool down,
Okay.
and I'm still kind of stressed out, so I asked John to go and grab my pipe and some weed, and he holds out the gun like for me to take it, so I walk up and grab it and put it in my shorts and go back and sit down, and he goes out and gets to my car and gets it, comes back, and hands it to me. I load it, take it, pass it to him. It's just going around, we're smoking.
Okay, so you're going around smoking, so all three people involved in that?
Yeah.
Okay. How long does that go on?
The smoking?
Yeah.
I think we smoked like 2 bowls,
Okay.
maybe 10 minutes.
And then what happens next?
I think I put it in my pocket.
Okay.
Um, I think I asked Josh how he was feeling. I think he said he was feeling better. And I think John brings up the him being a snitch again.
Okay.
And they start arguing. And I got all these like thoughts running through my head, and
So is the atmosphere changing? Is it sounded mellow? Is the atmosphere changing at this point?
yeah, it's getting more like aggravated.
Okay.
And I'm sitting there, and next thing I know, gun's in my hand. I just shot him
Okay. Where?
in the chest.
And what were you feeling at the time?
Um, I started crying, and John. John. he tells me to finish him. And I just start sobbing, and I didn't know what to do. I started walking away, and he grabbed the gun in my hand, and I just heard a shot.
Look back from that point?
No, I just walked to my car.
Did you plan on doing that?
No. We were, John said he just wanted to confront him.
Have you individually planned on doing that?
No, I wanted them to clear the air.
Had you, at any time during the day before, the day of, the topic of conversation to plan to kill Joshua Snapp?
No.